So a very good morning and welcome back to another video. If you've not seen me before, my name is Chris. I'm a landscape photographer from the UK, and this morning I've come down to a waterfall called Falling Foss, just on the edge of the North Yorkshire Moors National Park. My plan this morning is to use my Canon 7D and my 10 to 18mm EFS lens, and we're just going to take some wide angle photographs of the waterfall. You can already maybe see there is a big dapey tree that's fallen down on the edge of the waterfall, so we're going to have to really sort of fettle and think about that one, because I wasn't really expecting that. But other than that, there's a fairly decent amount of water coming over the waterfall, so we should be able to get some long exposures. This pool behind me, it's usually a little bit fuller than it is right now, so that's taken me by surprise a little bit. So we're really going to have to get a little bit closer to the waterfall, or maybe use that as a foreground interest. But other than that, let's get stuck in, let's get the camera out the bag and start taking some photos of Falling Foss waterfall this morning. Alright, so I've got my first composition lined up on the camera in the waterfall. Now what I'm doing is I'm selecting the filters well away from the water. So we're going to need a 67mm filter holder ring. Actually, shall we use the other one? Yeah, I've got it. We'll use the other one. We'll use the KNF one. I'm using a 3-stop filter to start with, and a polarizing filter. There's a bit of glare on the water and some of the rocks, so I'm going to use the polarizing filter just to take some of the glare off, and the 3-stop filter. It's still quite dark at the minute, so there's no point going overly mad with filters, so the 3-stop should just give us enough to give us a little bit of long exposure motion in the water as the water's coming on the waterfall. So I'm going to put all this together here. Saves me dropping things in the water over there, then I'm going to transfer everything over there, connect it all up, and I'll pick it back up with you when we're about to hit the photograph. Alright, so I've got a composition somewhat set up here. I didn't put the 3-stop filter on in the end. I've just got the polarizer on, and I'm using it just to take some of the glare off. You see there's some glare in the water around here. I'm just using it to take some of the glare off there, but if you look on the back of the camera, you'll notice just in front of this rock there's a little area of glare there that I cannot for the life of me get gone, and it is really sort of bugging me. So without completely having to rethink this composition, I'm not too sure what I can do. I suppose I could just leave the glare in there, but it's going to really bug me. So I think, yeah, the only thing we can do is just leave that little bit of glare in the rock and maybe just crop out a little bit tighter into the rock, just sort of eliminate the bottom of the rock just down there. So let's give that a try. Let's take this photograph and give that a try. So we're at f10, 8 seconds and ISO 100 using a 2-second timer. You see around here, this waterfall is great. Another problem I was having with the composition I set up, you see up there, just above the waterfall, there is an area of really bright sky. So I've eliminated that. I've just got the waterfall coming in, just like that, basically, so it would just stop the sky from blowing out there. So this photograph is now taken, so I will throw it on the screen for you to see. I will move the camera and try and find the next photograph from Falling Foss this morning. Okay, so something I want to talk to you about before we take another photograph is my choice of lens for the wide angle shots in today's video. I'm using my 10 to 18mm lens. Now this is an EFS lens which is designed to work with Canon's crop sensor cameras, which the Canon 7D is. So although it does take the full frame lens, this is my 16 to 35mm f2.8 lens, it will take it, but the image circle projected by the lens on the back of that, I don't know if I can get this to focus, you see the difference between the two rear elements there. The EF lens, the full frame lens, projects a bigger image circle than the EF lens. Now although this lens does cover the APS-C size sensor when you attach it to your lens, you lose a lot of light around the edges, whereas the element on the back of this lens is designed to focus all of the light onto the APS-C size sensor. We're shooting in something of low light at the minute, so I figured it would make more sense to have more light hitting the sensor than less light being dropped off around the edges using the L series lens. So just in case you was wondering, if you've watched any of my videos before as to why I'm not using the L series lens, I'm using the EFS lens, it's purely because this lens is designed to work with the camera that I'm using, and that is a great way of taking sharper photographs, because you can bring your ISO down, you get more light onto your sensor, and you're going to have a happier day at the end of it.
phone, I will listen to you. You lay in the sheets, you hold on to me like I'm already gone, and whisper your words like secrets written in an old moleskin.
Right, so once again I've got the polarizer on, and that's just giving me enough just to get down to about 15 seconds here. So I've decided to move around a little bit, and we're going to shoot up at the waterfall. Now doing this is allowing me to eliminate all the sky in there so we can get most of the waterfall in. But the polarizer is doing another thing as well. It's popping all of the greenery off. The greenery looks awesome under the polarizer. It really just gives it some contrast and some saturation. On the back of the camera, it almost looks like it has a bit of a glow as well. So ISO 100, f10 again in 15 seconds. So I'm going to take this photograph, I'll show it to you, and then we may get a longer lens out and really just punch in and do some sort of texture shot of the waterfall next. Alright, so if any of you are actually wondering why just using the polarizer on the front of this camera is giving me enough exposure time to take these long exposures, you can kind of think of a polarizer as a one-stop filter. Putting the polarizer on generally halves the amount of light coming into your camera, so using the polarizer in this situation is working absolutely fine for me without the use of stronger ND filters. So just in case you were wondering, polarizers can be used as a one-stop filter. Alright then, so the final photograph from today's video, like I said, a little bit more punched in, so we are indeed at exactly 35mm on the lens. Now you've got to remember this is a 1x6 crop, so you can add another half on that, so maybe 55-ish, I don't know, a little bit over 35mm. It's too early for my brain to be doing maths this morning. So what I've got is some greenery, some ferns on that side of the waterfall, and there's just some like greenery little branchy things coming in from the tree on the other side of the waterfall, and just above that we have all this greenery in the tree canopy as well. There's some moss coming down on the side of the waterfall as well, so there's a lot of greenery in here. So I'll put the polarizer on, and like I said earlier on, it really pops that green off, but it also takes the shine off of the wet rocks as well, so it really gives them a nice deep black colour. We've got a 6-second exposure, f10 and ISO 100, so we're going to go ahead using a 2-second timer and we'll take that photograph. So thank you very much for watching today's video from Falling Foss Waterfall. I've enjoyed myself today. It's been a nice change of scenery. Come out a little bit further away from home, take some photographs of some waterfalls once again. It's been a while since I've been up here and done waterfalls on the North Yorkshire moor, so it's been a nice change. Not so sure about the 2:45 alarm. Other than that, I'm a little bit tired and I'm ready to go back to bed. It's currently, time we're on, it's currently 6:20 in the morning, so if I can get back to the car in about 10 minutes time, I may be able to go back to bed for a couple of hours before the day is gone. So thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, because it really does help the video out. It brings new viewers to my channel. If you'd like to see more than that, there's a subscribe button down there. You can press that and you'll see more nonsense from me in the future. So until the next time, I'm going to say peace and goodbye.